Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Village of Babylon Board of Trustees meeting for Tuesday, November 24th, 2020. Will Trustee Robin Silvestri please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Thank you, Mayor Adams. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mrs. Parker, do we have, and good evening, Mrs. Parker, do we have any correspondence from
We do.
the fire department?
We do, Madam Mayor. We have some fire department correspondence. Dated November 18th, 2020. Dear members of the board, at the regular monthly meeting of the Fire Council held on November 17th, 2020, the Fire Council took the following actions and we await your approval. Accepted as an active member following completion of probationary period, Joshua Steinhauer, Hook and Ladder Company number 1, Ryan Bello, Phoenix Hook and Hose Company number 1, Ryan Flynn, Fire Patrol Company number 1, Martino Parente, Fire Patrol Company number, Daniel Oliveira Parente, Fire Patrol Company number, Benjamin Preston, Fire Patrol Company number. Accepted as probationary member, Adam Ehlers, Fire Patrol Company number 1. Accepted resignation from department, Michael Maroney, Hook and Ladder Company number 1, Daniel Golder, Argyle Hose Company number 3. Placed on sick leave, Corrine Tillinghast, effective October 13, 2020, George Burke, effective November 16, 2020, William Bender IV, effective November 13, 2020. Removed from sick leave with medical clearance, Kenneth Whitkin as of November 5, 2020, and Keith Mitchell as of November 2nd, 2020. Added to the driver's list, James Marsden, Unit 124. Very truly yours, Andres Garcels, Department Secretary. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mrs. Parker. Do I have a motion to accept the fire department actions as read?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thank you. Let's get right into our committee reports. Trustee Tony DeVita.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I have resolved to hire James Bender as a part-time highway laborer with the salary of $10 per hour effective November 16, 2020.
Any discussion? Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved to increase the salary of Luigi Della Monica, 48 cents per hour effective November 23rd, 2020.
Any discussion? Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolved to increase the salary of Mark Fish, 48 cents per hour effective November 23rd, 2020.
Any discussion? Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolved to accept the request of Paul Schulhaus to retire from the Village of Babylon effective October 31st, 2020.
Do I have a second? I'm sorry, any discussion?
I want to wish Paul a wonderful retirement.
Yes, Paul has done an outstanding job as one of our code enforcement officers. He has been there actually all through when COVID started, and really put in the time to not only educate everyone out there on the rules and regulations, but secured when we need to secure different places in the village, and really did an outstanding job keeping our residents safe. It'll be sorry to see him retire. So
Thank you. Mayor Adams, I'd like to second that, not only second the motion, but also second your sentiments that Paul has been a tremendous asset to the village as a code enforcement officer, and did a great job during COVID, keeping our village residents safe. So we wish him well, and I wish him personally well in his retirement, and hope he gets to spend and to enjoy some time with his family.
There you go.
So I second the motion.
Thank you, trustee. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Resolved to accept the draft audited financial statements for the Village of Babylon for the fiscal year ending May 31st, 2020.
Any discussion? Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And last, resolved to amend the covenants and restrictions originally adopted on September 8th, 2020 for Nomar Restaurant to correct the hours of operation and clarify the only outside storage permitted as per the attached.
Any discussion? Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And that's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, thank you very much, trustee DeVita, and trustee Robin Silvestri, you're up.
Thank you, Mayor Adams. Really glad to be here tonight. So I'll get started with my resolutions. Resolved to grant permission to the Suffolk County Police Department Fire Precinct COPE Unit and the Police Athletic League to use the Locust Avenue baseball fields and lights on Tuesdays from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. for approximately 6 weeks to hold a non-contact, socially distant, compliant football skills camp. The dates being between December 8th, 2020 and January 19th, 2021.
Any discussion? Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Terrific. Resolved to appoint Frank J. Siebert as a trustee for the Village of Babylon to fill the unexpired term of trustee Mary Adams, which is to April 2021, effective November 24th of 2020.
Do I have any discussion?
Yes, we'll
I would
see.
just like to say welcome. Sorry, Dom. I would just like to say welcome to Frank to the board.
Thank you. We're going to, as soon as we get through the resolutions, trustee, we're also going to have a few words from Frank as well, and some of his accolades that he's done for our village as soon as we're finished with the resolutions. But thank you, and we welcome him too. Any discussion or a second on that?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Next up is resolved to reappoint Mary Lou Barsh to the Architecture Review Board for a 3-year term, which is through November 2023.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Resolved to reappoint Lynn Dunlop to the Architecture Review Board for a 3-year term, which is through November 2023.
Any discussion?
No.
Well, do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Next is resolved to appoint trustee Dominic Benzavenga to the Dock and Golf Committees previously held by retired trustee Kevin Muldowney.
Any discussion? Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. And finally, resolved to accept the management comment letter and corrective action plan for the financial statement audit for year ended May 31st, 2020.
Any discussion? Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
And for my committee report, Mayor Adams, I'm so happy to report that our Santa Claus event went off without a hitch. We had types of dogs from Burmese mountain dogs to tiny teacups who happily took their pictures with Santa. A YouTube video of the event is available on the Conklin House YouTube channel. This past weekend, we welcomed over 60 families to the Picture Perfect event, also held at the Conklin House in the Victorian Room with photographer Christy Monteleone, who did a great job photographing families. I've had a sneak peek at a first few of the pictures, and I have to say, with a little music in the background, they brought tears to my eyes. So I'm looking forward to a couple of more events at the Conklin House coming up. On Thursday, December 3rd, we have the annual cookie contest. Registration information is available at www.bit.ly/cookie contest 2020. Check the Conklin House social media just to double check that address. And then on December 4th, of course, Governor Cuomo's governance allowing, we will host the open house Christmas tours, holiday house tours at the Conklin House between 6 and 9 p.m. Registration is required for that event. It is nearly sold out, and that event can be found on Eventbrite. Both of those events are free for all village residents to participate in.
I have to say it was a great weekend, and another great job that you've done, bringing the awareness of the Conklin House to so many residents, so many pets now. And, you've done a great job. Picture Perfect was picture perfect. You couldn't have picked a better name for a better day and a better event. So thank you for what you do with that. It's hard work, as with everything that all of us do. And it doesn't go without being noticed. And so thank you for all you do.
Thank you. I would like to add one other program that we do have on the calendar for spring 2021. Is the Conklin House Community Garden. We've had a great response to it so far. What it consists of or entails is we are opening the Victorian gardens that are behind the Conklin House, and the flower gardens are in the front, which are in the front of the house, to community residents, businesses, and local organizations to, in effect, adopt a section at no cost to the participants, but to adopt a section to help us plan out the planting, maintenance, and harvesting from the garden. We've had over 24 people sign up for the program so far, and we would be happy to entertain additional applications for it. So thank you very much, Mayor Adams.
You're very welcome. Thank you for all you do. Trustee Dominic Bensavenia, you are on.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're welcome.
Resolved to issue a prorated refund in the amount of $120 to Richard Viverito for boat slip number 13 at the main dock, which was sublet to another boater from October to the end of the 2020 boating season.
Any discussion? Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 14, resolve to accept the recommendations of the dock committee to make the Mud Creek Dock program permanent. And I would like to read a letter to the mayor and the members of the board. The dock committee of the Incorporated Village of Babylon has determined that the Mud Creek pilot mooring program shall be made permanent and recommends that the Village Board of Trustees codify this amendment and the inclusion of Northeast Lewis Pond in Chapter A369 of the Village Code.
Any discussion?
Just to say, this was an extension of, this is now permanent, a pilot program we had done last year for the residents there on Mayhew. And everybody seemed to be very happy with it. It worked out well. And so it is now a permanent program to resolve some issues that my colleagues on the board before my time here had very ably resolved. So very happy to see it made permanent.
Thank you, Trustee, and for all your work there as well. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Item 18, resolve to approve the engagement letter with Skinnon and Faber Certified Public Accountants, PC, for the 3 years ended May 31, 2021, May 31, 2022, and May 31, 2023. They will provide the audit of the village's financial statements of governmental activities, each major fund, and note disclosures, which collectively comprise the basic financial statement for the years noted above.
Any discussion? Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, item 22. Resolve to schedule a public hearing to be held on January 12th, 2021 at 7 p.m. to consider proposed local law number 1 of 2021 regarding Chapter A369 dock rules and regulations to amend Section A369-15 to include Northeast Lewis Pond in the title and to add Section A 369-17, subparagraph A, Mud Creek.
Any discussion? Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Item 23, resolve to approve the following warrant for November 24th, 2020. General account, $527,860.26. Conklin House, $481.46. Total general fund, $528,341.72 for a total of $528,341.72.
Thank you. Any discussion? Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Trustee Pennsylvania, how is it going at our wonderful and beautiful golf course over
The
there?
wonderful and beautiful golf course continues to be both wonderful and beautiful, and is, people have been taking advantage of the beautiful weather. We had a rain out today, based on yesterday's heavy rains. But the team over there is doing just fantastic work, and people are enjoying being out there. So we're really excited about next year. We're starting to come up with some plans, some thoughts for next year, and expanding, the awareness of the golf course, website, Facebook. We've got a whole plan in place, where we're developing a whole plan, which we will discuss as a board and then implement. But it's a very exciting time.
Terrific. Thank you. Thank you for all your work and in such a short period of time.
You're welcome. One last thing,
Okay.
Madam Mayor.
Sure.
Mrs. Parker she's looking at me with a reminder that the boat season officially ends on December 1. So for those who have not pulled their boats and have not yet made sure they received a winter slip, you've got 7 days. So got to make it happen.
Thank you.
You don't want Mrs. Parker after them.
No.
Mary, Mayor Adams, this might be a good time to remind people about the boat storage on your property.
Yes. Dom? About the boat
Yeah,
storage?
it's going to be part of the newsletter that will be out shortly. But no boats in front of the house. Boats must be, basically. Mrs. Parker, if I get this wrong, please correct me. I'm a little bit new at it, but I believe on the side of the house toward the back, they got to be basically off the streets and pretty much out of view. Am I correct?
Correct.
Thanks.
Correct.
I think
Okay.
it's a 40-foot setback it has to be behind the front of the house.
Is it behind
Yes.
the, is that the?
Behind the front.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And thank you. I have one resolution and some announcements to adopt local, and we're going to poll the board to adopt local law number 4 of 2020 pertaining to chapter 93-8 bicycles. Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Babylon is the lead agency regarding proposed local law number 4 of 2020, amending chapter 93-8 bicycles. And therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees has determined this action will not have an adverse impact on the environment. Whereas a public hearing was held on Tuesday, November 10th, 2020, be it hereby enacted that the following local law proposed as local law number 4 of 2020 is hereby adopted. We're going to take a poll. Trustee DeVita. Tony, you're muted.
You're on mute, Tom.
Yes.
There you go. Okay. Trustee Silvestri.
Yes.
Okay. Trustee Pennsylvania.
Yes.
And Mayor Adams. Yes. Okay. We have a few announcements. The Village of Babylon offices will be closed, and there will be no rubbish or garbage pickup on Thursday, November 26, 2020, in observance of the Thanksgiving holiday. Residents should not put rubbish or recycling out to the curb on holidays. This Friday evening, November 27th, the Babylon Village Chamber of Commerce will be lighting the night in our downtown storefront windows beginning at 5 o'clock p.m. to honor and commemorate the life and legacy of Mayor Ralph A. Scordino. At 6 o'clock p.m., the Christmas tree in Argyle Park will be lit as village residents and merchants may share a memory or pay tribute to the mayor. Special thanks, of course, to our Babylon Chamber of Commerce, our Highway and Parks Department, and our code enforcement officers for all their efforts during this time. Please keep the Scordino family in your thoughts and prayers during this difficult time. Another announcement, Saturday is Small Business Saturday in across the country. So that's the 28th. We encourage all of our residents to shop local, support our village merchants. Our downtown is so important, not just for shopping or dining or any of that. It's also important as far as our residential values and the community overall. So please, if you can, support our downtown. They need us more than ever now. They've been doing such a great job with stepping out of the box in a safe manner to encourage shopping and dining. And we've got some really great dessert places too. So please, if you can get some time to visit our downtown Babylon Village and enjoy the village, we encourage everybody to do that, not just on Small Business Saturday, but every day that you can. So thank you all for putting that in the forefront. A few other announcements. I'm happy to report that Trustee Robin Silvestri will be heading up our Babylon Village Volunteer Corps, which is originally started by Mayor Scordino and his wife, Linda. This committee will continue to serve the needs of our village residents and community. We are lucky to have this committee, and I thank you, Trustee Silvestri, for your hard work in moving forward with some activities. Which would you like to tell us what's coming up on Wednesday, tomorrow?
Thank you, Mary. Mary Adams, I'm very pleased to accept that appointment to head up the Babylon Village Volunteer Corps. Tomorrow, actually, as a thankful kickoff, we are hosting a cleanup over at the Locust Avenue commuter lot between 2 and 4 p.m. All supplies will be provided by the Village of Babylon. Because the Babylon schools are closed, we do actually have a sign up of about 25 high school students already. So we're really excited to have them get out and help us keep Babylon beautiful. The Babylon Village Volunteer Corps will be hosting a monthly cleanup that will be posted not only on the Village Facebook page, but also on the Babylon Village Volunteer Corps Facebook page. Stay tuned there for more details.
Great, terrific.
Let me add to that. If you're a resident in need, please feel free to contact us by email at bvvcorps, CORPS @gmail.com. Thank you.
Thanks. I'm also pleased to report that Trustee Dominic Bensavania will be added to our Budget Committee for the year 2021. With his knowledge of reading, interpreting, and understanding budgets, I'm sure Trustee Bensavania will be a great asset to our Budget Committee. You are very welcome. Over the last few weeks, since the passing of our beloved Mayor Scordino, the outpouring of love and support throughout our community has been incredible and so wonderful. The many cards, accolades, memories shared are such a tribute to his vision and legacy for our village. As the mayor was involved in so many projects and developments throughout Babylon Village, his baby of all projects was that of the restoration of Argyle Falls. Working with me to secure 2 grants, fundraising ideas and efforts, the mayor was instrumental in the initiation of the restoration project and saw the beginnings of his baby being restored back to its beauty for generations to come to enjoy. He now looks down from above and oversees its completion. It is with great love, pride, and gratitude to Mayor Scordino on behalf of the Village of Babylon that I announce the following resolution. Resolved to name Argyle Falls the Ralph A. Scordino Memorial Falls at Argyle Lake. Is there any discussion?
Madam Mayor, I think it's a wonderful tribute to a very, very special man. And I can only say I wish he was here to accept it in person.
I would like to second that Trustee Bensavenga's sentiments, and that wishing that Mayor Scordino was here to share in this moment. And I think it's a very befitting memorial to a great man who's had a tremendous impact on the lives of all of our residents here in the village. Thank you. Wonderful idea.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Village Board of Trustees. We look forward to celebrating the completion of your project, Mr. Mayor. In the spring of 2021, we will make you proud. For the many donations that have been received in honor of Mayor Scordino, I'd like to thank all who have donated. It's just incredible and such a tribute to such a man. All donations will be put towards the beautifying of the Mayor Ralph A. Scordino Memorial Falls at Argyle Lake Restoration Project. It is with great pride and congratulations that I welcome a man to our village board who has been involved in village government for more than 20 years, who on every committee and in every organization he served on or volunteered for has always put the best interests of Babylon Village first. Aside from his 20 years serving in the village in a government capacity, he is currently cooking and delivering 250 or more turkeys this Thanksgiving to those in need through the Babylon Village Rotary. Mayor Scordino not only worked with this man on so many projects over the years, he has also been a part of Mayor Scordino's vision. I'd like to welcome my new deputy mayor, Frank J. Siebert, and give you a little bit of background on Frank himself. Frank, are you on? He should be, I hope. Okay, so on October 25th, 1994, Frank was appointed to the Babylon Village Architectural Review Board by Mayor Don Conroy. In this capacity, he reviewed and approved applications received from the downtown commercial district of Babylon Village for sign permits, awnings, storefront changes, additions, and alterations. Hear and refer to the Babylon Village Planning Board and Zoning Board of Appeals any requests for change of use or occupancy from commercial, business, and professional occupants in the commercial business district of the village. On December 11th, 2007, Frank was then appointed to the Babylon Village Planning Board by Mayor Ralph Scordino. In this capacity, he and the other board members reviewed applications for building permits, change of use or change of occupancy requests, and other business that came before the board from residents and businesses and professional occupants operating within the village of Babylon. In this advisory capacity, Frank and the planning board would determine if such applications conformed with the village code. They approved applications that were within the code and referred those not in compliance to the Babylon Village Zoning Board of Appeals. The planning board would also conduct parking surveys and other surveys to determine and evaluate trends in commercial and residential districts that would affect and benefit residents and businesses operating in the village. On October 13th, 2015, Frank was appointed to the Babylon Village Zoning Board of Appeals by Mayor Scordino. In this capacity, he and the other board members of the ZBA reviewed new and renewal applications that were submitted, but do not meet or are in violation of the Village of Babylon Code. He then would work in good faith to attempt with the applicants to help them meet or exceed village code requirements, and after careful evaluation, grant variances that serve the best interests of Babylon Village and its residents and deny those that did not. Frank's community service is pretty extensive. He's been a life member of the Babylon Village Beautification Society since 1993, served on the annual fair at Argyle Park Committee, and worked the beer booth concession as a volunteer for 24 years to help raise funds for the beautification of Babylon Village. Served as an annual holiday pole decorating volunteer to help decorate lampposts in the village. Longtime member of the Babylon Village Historical and Preservation Society and served on the Fountain Committee. Served on the Nathaniel Conklin House Restoration Committee and worked on and helped with fundraising activities to raise funds to restore and renovate the Conklin House. He was awarded the Nathaniel Conklin Volunteer of the Year Award in 2018. And he served on the New Residents Welcoming Committee and Village Hall New Resident Open House. But that wasn't it for just Frank. The Babylon Rotary Club, he's been a member since 1994, president of the board in 2004, 2005, and again in 2017, 2018, was Rotarian of the Year in 2009, 2010, and was the 4-time Paul Harris Award recipient for the Rotary. He serves currently since 2014 as the Babylon Rotary Foundation Chair, and currently he also serves as the District 7255 Assistant Governor. Frank is involved in the Babylon Lions Club. He's been a member since 2006. He was Lion of the Year in 2007, 2008, and he's president of the Lions Club 2020, 2021, and has served on all fundraising committees and the Food Service Committee to end food insecurity. His background as far as business, professional, and education goes, he's a licensed insurance agent, broker, and risk manager since 1979. His professional designations are Chartered Property and Casualty Underwriter, Associate in Risk Management, Certified Insurance Consultant, and Certified Risk Manager. So on behalf of myself, certainly of Mayor Scordino and the board, Frank, we welcome you, and I hope you are on, but congratulations and welcome to the Village of Babylon Board of Trustees. Frank?
Well, thank you, excuse me, Mayor Adams, for that introduction. That was quite.
I had to drink glasses of water with that, Frank.
What do you do in your spare time? That's why I don't know.
Well, thank you very much.
Turkeys, Tom, turkeys.
Yeah, it's a turkey day tomorrow. I would like to thank Mayor Adams and the Village Board of Trustees for your show of confidence and support in selecting me for this position. I'm honored and I humbly accept the appointment to the position as a Babylon Village Trustee. As most people, you know, I was very saddened by the passing of Mayor Ralph Scordino, who was a longtime friend and mentor and confidant. And I give my heartfelt promise that I will give my best efforts to continue the legacy of Mayor Scordino and use all the experience that I have in Babylon Village government to fulfill that legacy. And I just want to thank you all very much, and I look forward to working with everyone here. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you so much. And that, before we adjourn the meeting, in the words of Mayor Scordino, let's remain Babylon Village smart. Please continue to use facial coverings. Please continue to, as he would say, sanitize those hands, and make sure we social distance when we need to do that. I would like to wish everybody at this time a very healthy, happy Thanksgiving. It might not be the Thanksgiving that we would like it to be, but we are here, we are safe, and you know, let's thank God for all that's in front of us right now. So do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Or second, rather, second?
Aye.
Second.
Okay, thank you, Robin. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, thank you all. Enjoy the evening, and happy Thanksgiving.